Morning. Do you know what these are? Well, I obviously planted them and they're very pretty. Obviously come from a bulb because I planted loads of bulbs. But anyway, just thought today that I would go and sit in the garden to say hello. But actually, it's cold, but it's not bitter. Maybe that's because, I don't know. Well, it's obviously because the air's in a different direction. It's quite pretty, isn't it? The mix of blue and yellow. Sunshine and blue sky. Maybe that's why. Great. Isn't it weird? Isn't what weird, I hear you say? I don't know. I was just thinking how... Morning. The world is carrying on turning and the days keep dawning, and yet we feel like so much is changing. Well, the boys were awake at Lord knows what time, and so was I. But I didn't get up until about 5 to 6 because really it's too much. Gosh, so since last time I was out, look at how this tree's got these flowers already forming. Things are really progressing at the rate of knots. The candle's growing on the horse chestnut. Oh look, I've not seen that before, but they've planted a beech hedge along. That'll be nice in years to come. An aeroplane! First I spy spot. Not the wren that I was hoping to see. Nevertheless. So, hello little birds, I'm not disturbing you. A little cockney sparrow. And an annoying squirrel. How funny the little noises they make. If you're old enough to remember it, there was something called Gordon the Gopher, and they sound very much like Gordon the Gopher, which was a hand puppet, glove puppet with a squeaker inside. Maybe less of a gopher and more of a squirrel. Yes. Dawned a little while ago. So, where shall I go for my exercise today? Don't really know. I suppose I ought to go for a bit of a purposeful walk since I I've been hibernating a little bit for the last few days. Oh, look how well advanced their hydrangea is. I've got a feeling my hydrangea's died. When I went to Morrison's the other day, I hadn't really intended going. Oh, these primroses look like they're a bit deep. Yeah, when I went to Morrison's, I slightly had thought, oh, I'll get some seeds then. No, I won't, because everybody's blooming bought all the seeds. I can't blame them. Being at home, you've got that bit longer to think about that kind of thing, haven't you? I'm going to put my gloves on actually, because although it's not cold, it is a bit chilly. What that is, do you think that's a baby ceanothus? Blimey. One glove in that pocket. I don't know. Oh, okay, so not the wrong glove, it's both gloves in one pocket, that's why. Little rose bush. Corporation roses. It's very quiet, except for the birds. They were giving us their best. Yeah, anyway. How are you? So many of my friends and some of my family are key workers. And I've got so much love and admiration and support for you all. You probably all feel exhausted. And yeah. Knowing that it's a marathon, not a sprint, I don't know whether that makes it better or worse. I've got dear friends who are quite symptomatic and whose friends are in hospital, or in one case whose mum is in hospital, went in yesterday. And I realise I'm not alone in that, but it's just worse when it's someone you know and you want to get better. It's not like I don't want the other people to get better. Anyway. Maybe that bird's singing for you. A little blackbird giving you a little cheery up. Oh yeah, the birds are all getting quite randy. Oh, here's a nice dog coming for a walk towards me. He knows where he's going. Hiya. What a shame it's doing a poo, otherwise I'd film it. Or maybe not. Are you off on your walk then? Yeah. Hello. Good morning. Hello. Hiya. Not very socially distant of me, but it's hard to be socially distant when you're a dog, isn't it? Yes, you're beautiful. Hello. Oh.
Hey, no jumping, come on.
Bye. Oh, that's nice. Wonder if it could smell the cats. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, sending love out generally, actually. Which way shall I go? We've not been down here. Let's do this. I know. Perish the thought you should get bored. Oh dear. Listening to Raquel and her morning musings. Well, I was actually thinking today, do you know, every morning, is that the same car that did it the other time? I'll refrain from using the word that pops to mind, just in case anybody's watching with their children. But there is a word. The sun on the steeple. Oh, I've never noticed that before. Isn't that pretty? Can you see? That's lovely. Very pretty. Oh, the birds are getting very randy. Morning.
Morning.
Up atop that tree. Nice. Nice to hear them all chattering to each other. Anyway, so I was thinking this morning about something uplifting that's not to do with COVID. And I thought, how about putting on a skincare event, facial skincare event. Now hear me out. I know that you can't all come round to mine, much as I'd love to have you. But the last time I did one, it was just to kind of come and turn up when you're able, but various people for various reasons couldn't come. So I thought, and yes, it's got the dreaded 4-letter word Zoom in it, but we could do it on Zoom. And what I could do is, you let me know if you're interested, and then I'll send you out an invite that's, got the date and the time and the Zoom link to come and join me. And I'll actually show you, I wasn't quick enough to zoom in on that fox. Don't know if the camera caught it. What I'll do is I'll send the Zoom link to you, and then we've got this amazing person who works for Leader, who's called Elizabeth King, and she's got such a fantastic reputation for skincare, and she's been teaching us skincare, eye care, practices that we can teach on to you. So the very best would be if I was able to do it when you were in front of me or with me, possibly even on a one-to-one basis, so that you could actually feel the product on your hands, try the product. But I can at least show you a little bit explain about why she tells us to do certain things and the application and how to do it, if you're interested. Really, Thursdays are quite good days for me, and possibly evening time, 7:30ish. So along with the Zoom link, I'd send you out our one-to-one skin consultation form that I'd ask you to fill in before we meet up and get back to me, and then I can have just a few products out so as to not to overwhelm you, because I know that I'm a bit keen on all the loveliness, and we'll talk for Britain about what will Ida do. So maybe I'll just have a few little products out that might well be of interest to you. Not expecting anything more than just a bit of a chat, bit of a laugh. I've got a free Zoom account, so it would absolutely not be longer than 40 minutes. Yeah, so if we did it like at 7:20, then you'd definitely be finished by 8. You could have a bit of the evening. You might have succeeded in getting the children to bed, or if you have another half, letting them do it. What do you think? Don't know if there'd be time this Thursday to get stuff back from you, but I'll throw the idea out onto I'll do a live when I get home. Oh dear, all the pub flowers that were so pretty, but I guess there's nobody to water them. So sad. Look at those wallflowers. Wish I could take them home, water them myself. Oh God, that's desperate. Hello, little ones. That's what I was thinking. I love this. So Image is, as you can see, fine tailoring, alterations and repairs, quality dry cleaning. But the lady also plants up this little garden every year, and it looks like she's looking after it. Gosh, these are so velvety, absolutely beautiful. Oh, look at that. If that doesn't do your heart good, I don't know what will. There's that combination of the blue and the yellow. Yeah, anyway. Well, I don't normally come up this way, so I might as well bring you with me. See what you think. Have a geek in the gardens. But they've got their flags out. Welcoming what, I wonder? It was one of my brother's birthdays yesterday, and we had a group FaceTime. He and his wife are at home together. Gosh, how pretty. Can I get it to focus? Yeah, lovely. One niece and her partner living in the Midlands, dialed in from their sofa. Another niece and I wonder what's up there. I don't think I'll go in there today. Another niece with her son, so my brother's grandson, dialed in from Chester. I dialed in from London, and his mother-in-law and father-in-law dialed in from maybe about, I don't know how long it takes you to drive to theirs actually, Mike, but they dialed in from somewhere local to where my brother lives, maybe a quarter of an hour in the car. Now the greats are in their 90s, so we had aged between 4 and 90, and we all had our candle and we sang happy birthday to my brother, and he had his candle and we had a candle, and we all blew our candles out together, and that was a nice little get together. Not for long, just long enough to wish him a happy birthday. Yeah, and that was really a special moment. Oh, look at that. What's this? Is that a clematis then? I wonder. Not sure. Oh, there's a pretty God. Oh, lovely. God, I used to walk past these houses on my commute home. I so desperately wanted to own one of them. Yeah. Look at that. Yeah, they're pots. Little spring garden there. Isn't that lovely? Oh, lovely. And this is about to burst forth, is it? Well, oh, it is cold out, I take that back, but I don't need my hat on today. Yes. Yeah. Oh well, we're up along the noisy road now, which is a shame. So, looks like Tesco's have got plenty delivery lorries in, which is good. Some of my friends live in Essex, and God bless them, they're really finding it bad. Still no access to eggs, still no access to flour and fresh fruit and vegetables, which I can't understand why the people are hoarding that. Oh, I can't show you the window of the boulangerie. I bet that smells lovely. They do take away. Right. Let's just cross the road. Yep. So is that the queue for Tesco's? No queue for Tesco's. Yeah, there's a big long queue for Tesco's. So home I go because, oh God, that's ridiculous. Just see if I can drag this out of the... Go away, pigeons, I don't like you. Well, if you get run over, it's not my fault. Dainty little run. and the cars are about. Well, oh, I barely feel my fingers now. Oh, I didn't like all that noise. Oh. There are some things about COVID that have been a blessing in disguise, some peace. It feels like you're in the countryside. I can connect to my friends all the way up in Scotland. I went to a beautiful retreat there. Oh, and it was so gorgeous, the air. And actually the air here is gorgeous, as long as it's not choked with fumes. So that brings me closer to them. Oh dear, I don't think I'll show you the joggers. It's not the best look, but good on them. Blimey, traffic. So, well, I don't think there's going to be different places for me to take you to, really. But it's been nice to take you out today, particularly if you've not been able to get out yourself because you've been at work, because you've been unwell. Oh dear, l'ambulance. Oh, no Nino, good. No Nino, bad. Anyway, it is what it is. There's no, yeah, they're both in the front. Yeah. Oh dear. Anyway. Oh, did I show you this? It's a great big, tall, kind of, it looks like a snowdrop, but it's very tall. Prefer the little ones, but anyway. I think I did. I think I showed you on an earlier one, because I'm pretty sure I remember showing you this, which is beautiful. My dad would love that. Wonder why he's come to mind. Hello, Mr. Magpie. Don't poo on my head. I don't think this is a pooing tree. Well, I wonder if that's like a school chapel or something. I wonder what that building was. When I first moved into the flat, there was a lovely guy who lived two doors down, called Danny, and he'd obviously lived in his house all his life, and it's where it was his family home, and he was the last one living there, and he remembered the sisters who lived in our house. Good morning. And there's an infill house between our two houses now. Very ugly building that's for sale. I keep meaning to have a nose and see how much she's asking for it and what it's like inside. Anyway, what was I saying to you? He remembered the sisters who lived in our house went up before our house was converted. 2 elderly ladies by then, but he was an elderly man with 3 different types of cancer, but he cycled everywhere, double dug his garden, which is a massive garden, 4 times the size of mine. Yeah, he double dug it about 3 weeks before he died. I think he was going to grow some veg and stuff, but the people who bought the place have just made it into grass, which is very nice grass, but what a waste. That's lovely to look at, isn't it? Sort of looks exotic. Yeah, and there was an archway where the infill house is now, and that's where the sisters, I can't now remember if he too, but definitely the sisters remembered that's where the horses and carriages used to go through to get to the back. And that's not so long ago, and yet that history is only oral tradition passed down from Danny to me, and yet now we are just sort of saturated in information, absolutely saturated in it. Hello. Aren't you pretty? Oh, took me too long to get my gloves off to zoom into them. Don't know if you can zoom on your device. I was thinking Marie would know what they were, and I should know. Is it robin up there? Gosh, they've just not long moved in. So the White House is the infill house where through there the horses and carriages used to go. Imagine. Beautiful. Well, that's us round at home. Do you know what? I hadn't intended to go for a walk. Well, maybe I had a tiny bit intended to go for a walk. So, thank you for coming. I shall go along to the garden now and just have a little sit out there. Yeah. Oh, the pear trees coming out into blossom. Sad that that's got to be got rid of, but it's infiltrated our drains with its, or our foundations with its roots. Oh, heck. Anyway, let's not end on that grim note. Let's end on a cheerio from Le Jardin. Oh, look how well these have come on. This is my maybe apple, maybe pear, maybe not. Can you see that spiralling effect of the leaves when they have burst from their buds? Isn't that special? Whereas this one's different. It seems more like a firework fizzing. I don't think it will focus. Like this one. Anyway. I wonder what leaf that is. It looks a little bit strawberry-like. Oh, look. Look what's waiting to bloom. Ooh. Ooh. Golly. You've overwintered and you're going to give me a lovely Ernie blue. Do you know what that looks like? Strawberry leaves. But I didn't plant it. And goodness knows, some things coming up here. I haven't sown any seeds there. Right. Well, I'll love you and leave you. Happy day, 31st of March, 2020.